Most people live an on-the-go lifestyle. I mean, let's face it, we live in America. Everybody has a job. They have things that they are attending to, kids, hobbies, activities. So eating healthy can be super hard in today's society. If you're traveling, I recommend that you look at the city that you are going to and you find health-conscious restaurants. Having an idea of what is already on the menu and what types of health-friendly dishes and meals that restaurant offers is going to definitely be beneficial. If you don't know what the restaurant has and you're just going there and all they have is pizza, wings, and tacos, now you're stuck in the position where you chose a restaurant that doesn't really align with your goals. Recently, me and my boyfriend traveled to DC. It's about an hour and a half away from where we live. A few things that I did to prepare for this day trip was I made sure that I made a filling breakfast for us. That way we wouldn't be hungry on the drive or when we got there, because we went to DC for work purposes. By the time we were done with our work for the day and it was time to go home, it was the perfect time to look for a healthy meal out and, also just try out what the vegan scene looks like in DC. So when it came to looking for restaurants, I went on Google. What I particularly look for when I'm looking for restaurants out is I look for colors. When a restaurant has a lot of color in their pictures on Google, it sends a message to me that they're cooking with fresh fruits and vegetables. We ended up going to this restaurant called Rawish. We got a smoothie. I got a jerk salad that had walnut meat on it. It was so good. And my boyfriend also had some avocado toast, and that held us over until we got home, which dinner was already prepared because I had prepared for this day ahead of time, and dinner was literally already done. All I had to do was heat it up as soon as we got in the door. Natural foods are the best for an on-the-go lifestyle. Things like nuts, fruits, they are amazing because you don't have to necessarily prepare those things. All you have to do is rinse off your fruit and you're ready to go. Simply having some orange slices in your bag, a handful of almonds. On the savory end, I love snacking on things like pickles, olives. As you eat more natural, as you eat more healthy, you will learn to enjoy natural foods. You either invest your time or you invest your money. What I mean by this is you can invest your time into meal prepping, meal planning, and doing other things to set yourself up for success, or you can invest in a meal prepping company with your money and just pay them to do everything for you. Likewise, you could go to the grocery store and pay the premium cost of prepared packaged foods. These things include yogurt, pretzels, hummus, seaweed snacks, popcorn. A lot of people will say, oh, well, eating healthy is so expensive. Yeah, because a lot of the more processed things that are on the healthier side cost money. It's gonna run you a good coin. Also, you can go visit a grocery store. So if I wasn't able to find a restaurant that catered to me, being that I'm vegan and I'm health conscious, then I would simply just go to a grocery store. So this is a list of healthy options that I believe that you would definitely be able to find at a lot of common grocery stores, from fresh fruit to cold pressed juices, all the way to hot meals that they might have at their hot bar. There's so many options that you can find in a grocery store that will definitely be healthier than you stopping at a restaurant that only has, greasy, sodium-filled meals. I must say that, a majority of what you're eating should be at home, but if you do find yourself in the instance that you're on the go and you need something, you should be stopping at the store to grab something that's going to get you from one point to the next. Ethnic cuisines tend to be more health friendly and fresh, such as Indian food, Ethiopian food. They tend to have a lot of plant protein, fresh veggies, sauteed veggies, very flavorful dishes that have a lot of color, a lot of fresh spices and herbs. And if you're on the go and you're looking for somewhere to eat while you're out, I've been able to get some of the most delicious on-the-go meals at ethnic restaurants. So that's just a quick tip and piece of advice for any of you who do eat out often and are trying to make the best of your options. I know y'all be real intimidated by meal prepping and meal planning, but you don't have to meal prep and meal plan for 7 to 10 days on end. I know y'all see these videos and these YouTubers, they be meal prepping till they last dying day. So what I want you to do is, I want you to meal prep and meal plan for shorter periods of time. You can meal prep for the next day. You can meal prep for 2 days at a time. Your fridge does not have to be stocked with a whole bunch of meal preps. Think about this, if you have a breakfast prepared for each day, that's one meal that you don't have to think about. At least you've started your day on the right foot, and eventually that's going to motivate you to say, hey, let me prepare lunch. Why don't I just throw another meal into my meal prep? At the very least, if you're on the go trying to lose weight and trying to eat healthy, I recommend that you at least have the next day's meal prepared. That way you're at least a day ahead of the game. If you cannot meal prep, then you should meal plan and at least have a plan in your head of what you're going to be eating for the next day, for the next couple of days. That way you can grocery shop, already have the ingredients on hand inside your kitchen, and you don't have to go through the hassle of going and getting the ingredients or whatever the case is. You can also just prepare ingredients for whatever meal. So let's say you're making a veggie soup this week, simply chopping the onions, washing and chopping the kale and the vegetables that are going into the soup. Having that step already prepared a couple days before is going to help you throw together that soup at a quicker rate than what you would have if you didn't meal prep, which is ultimately going to combat that convenience factor of you going out and just getting a soup out somewhere at a restaurant, which is filled with a bunch of oil and a bunch of salt.